Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chemo Casey. I am 60 years old and I'm on a journey to get jacked by using steroids in the proper manner. So I'm about 5'11", I'm up to 180 pounds, I'm down to 15% body fat. I have never been jacked before. This is my first steroid cycle. But I do want to tell you that I now had hired a coach, if you saw one of my previous videos. And so what's going to happen is I've got 30 days of a solid workout plan, diet plan, etc. Because I have been kind of sporadic about exactly what to do. So it's a hardcore plan. It's got full accountability. Also, he has changed some of my drugs around. Okay, testosterone is up to 300 milligrams per week. I had experimented early on with more, but it was too early and I got sick. And then I went to 250, which felt good. Based on the gains that I've been getting lately, we're at 300 milligrams a week. I take 20 milligrams of Anavar orally. I chew it up, put it under my tongue until it dissolves. And then 2 units of, 2 IUs, 2 international units per day of human growth hormone. That being said, so far, feeling like $1 million. But there are some side effects, pros and cons, that I want to talk about coming up. Hey guys, I know you get tired of hearing this, but YouTube makes me say it every single time. I'm not a doctor. This is for educational purposes only. This is simply my journey, and I'm just sharing it with you guys. And if you want to follow along and try something, do it in a safe manner and check with your doctor. So what are the pros of being on steroids at 60 years old? Well, the main item of all things is you fucking feel great. That's just an overall sense of well-being. Now, I didn't have a poor one before. I got a pretty freaking good sex drive right now. And I'm fortunate to have a hot redhead who embraces that a lot of the times, because sometimes I know that I can be a lot, one, I'm very attracted to her, and 2, you just have your hormones like you had when you were younger, and you feel good, and you're attracted to a beautiful woman, and you want to be with her, and it's awesome. Strength is another one. Your strength goes up incrementally. And when I say incrementally, I'm not talking like factorial. I'm talking incrementally. And let me explain that. So I started this with 2 bad shoulders, meaning I could probably do these kind of raises with about 5 pounds of dumbbells. Okay, I can now do it with 20 pounds. Now, in the past, when I've had to rehab or rebuild things, the progress is not that quick. And there's also a very sore recovery time and lag time, and where you need to make sure that you're fully recovered. Steroids help you a lot with that. I rarely have to skip a day of the gym because I'm too sore. And maybe it's because the sleep quality is just absolutely fantastic. I'm telling you, I sleep like a baby. I fall asleep at a certain time. Now, I have been told that I snore sometimes, but as far as I know, I don't. I sleep great and I wake up and feel refreshed and get up and you're ready for another day. So that being said, those are just some of the pros that come to my mind right away. Let me talk about the cons in the next segment. So what are the cons or the negatives of being on steroids at 60 years old? Well, interestingly enough, one of the main things they talk about steroids and it can do to you is loss of hair. If you have a propensity towards male pattern baldness, and taking steroids, testosterone, or any of the DHT derivatives is going to speed that up. It's going to exacerbate that process and you're going to lose hair faster. Now, on the other hand, I don't have that propensity. Number one, you could see I'm 60, I got a lot of hair. However, it's actually growing fucking hair. Like, I've hardly ever had any hair on my chest. I got chest hairs now, like a big boy. I've got hairs growing in on the inside of my arms here, like there. And on this one too, which I never had before. So interestingly enough, that's not a side effect that is too bad for me, that really bothers me a lot, but I just want you to know it's there. The other thing is oily skin. I feel like my skin is oily almost all the time. And it actually is. I mean, you can feel it, you feel your skin and it's very moist, but it's very oily type of thing. And I do sweat a little bit more than normally would. I'm not sure if that's direct result or not, but I've noticed that as well. And the last thing is the kind of needles hurt, man. I stick myself every day with the microdose for several reasons. One, it gives you a more consistent level of the actual drug being testosterone, which you guys know that I take. I take Anavar on a daily basis, and then I take HGH. Now, HGH is a very tiny needle. It just goes right into the shoulder, not a big deal, or it goes into your stomach, not a big deal at all. It doesn't, you can't even feel that. The other ones, when I actually take the testosterone, I use a 25 gauge needle, which is what this one looks like here, and it's a 5/8 inch long. So I do everything subcutaneously, and that's basically, it's a Sustanon 250 that I've told you guys about before, because that's what I was prescribed. I did the 1.5 inch needles with the intermuscular injections early on, and that just hurt like a motherfucker, and it also made like these big hard spots, you know, in my ass, and I was like, this is not fun. I'm not really digging this. So maybe because I did one injection at a time or only twice a week and there was a lot more fluid going in, maybe I didn't rub it enough, but regardless, it was painful. I didn't like it. This thing only hurts for a second. It's not a big deal. The biggest thing is, if you choose to ever go down this route, make sure you partner with your doctor, and one of the things they're going to tell you is make sure that you have plenty of alcohol swabs, and you alcohol cloth the top of this thing, you alcohol your skin, and you make sure, because one of the biggest problems that people run into, and never reuse a needle, by the way, never, ever, ever. Don't share one, don't reuse one. That's how you get a staph infection, and that will cause you a lot of problems, a lot of pain and discomfort, and that is not something that you want. So what are my short-term thoughts? Honestly, fucking amazing. I feel great. My blood pressure is the same. I check it every single day. I'm stronger than I was before. I'm more motivated and certainly more confident, and just feel overall great. I probably feel 20 years younger. So I'm not trying to sell you on the journey. I'm just expressing my feelings of how my journey's going so far. And I am looking for some huge improvements in muscle mass, size, and strength in the next 30 days with the new workout that I've gotten from my coach, which I'm so happy with so far. Now it's up to me to put in the work, get back, and share it with you guys. Hey, if you like the content, I humbly ask you to give the video a like and consider subscribing, because it really does help me and the channel out, and I would love to get some comments from you guys to tell me about your journey, what you're trying to accomplish, and what do you think about mine? Notice any progress? Things getting better? Worse? After the next 30 days, we're going to do befores, after, and blood work, and I'm going to tell you exactly, scientifically and physically and mentally, how the whole journey has gone. Because so far, it's been a hell of a ride. It's a lot of fun, and thanks for coming along the journey with me, guys. I appreciate it very much. Have a great day.